Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How are you? And welcome to this new occurrence of the WKMT festival, the 11th festival actually, 11th festival since we started back in 2014. And well, as you very well know, this festival was meant to happen face to face. It would have been our comeback festival to face activities, and then, well, the Delta variant happened, and we are here united in the virtual space once again. So well, I'm very happy to be able to gather today with you, all our students, our adult students, and share the products of your efforts, and also support the concept of community, because each one of you has like a superpower. Each one of you will play the piece in a different way. Each one of you will be a bit more expressive, a bit more technical, a bit more accurate, a bit more attentive to the score, a bit more spontaneous. Each one of you will be a bit more something. And then by being a bit more something, will be a bit more inspirational for all the community here at the festival. So well, in terms of the pieces, we have a very nice collection of different pieces that some of them were played in previous assessments, some of them are going to be motifs of future assessments of some students. And there is also a very nice level. Yeah, we are more or less all above certain standard. We have new members of the studio as well that we will welcome. Some people is going to experience the first festival. And by all means, we are heading in November, December, into our next face-to-face festival. That's for sure. If everything goes well and we can settle with all this, I'm sure we will be able to gather in person. So well, we're going to begin. So I will call you by your name, and I will just change now. I will mute the performers that are not performing at the moment, so we don't have any unexpected sounds. Yeah, and then when I call you, I will kindly ask you to unmute your screen and introduce yourselves. Yeah, by saying the pieces that you're going to play. You can say with the teacher that you're studying with if you want, and if you want to mention something about the piece itself or anything that makes you enter in the mood of performing and sharing a bit of music, you are welcome to do it. The order will be Ajay Cowper will play first, then Hansen Giastri, then Sonia Benhamida, followed by Tristan Chen, Carolina Ivanuskaite, Jen Cons, Nicolas Voirin, Carlo Grimaldi, Prasanti Matharu, Rinaldo Merlo, Katia Kirby, and Anya Kirby. So well, we are going to start now then. I will call Ajay Cowper.
Okay, no, it's Joy. That's just like the name I have on the form.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. But thank you everyone for having me. It's great to see you online, and hopefully we'll be able to meet soon. So today I'm going to play Flying You to the Moon, and I've been working with my teacher Iris to sort of try and make it a little bit my own. So we've kind of changed some of the chords a little bit, but try to keep the essence of the song. A little bit about me, I played when I was younger, but I left for a few years, and now I'm returning, hopefully as an adult pianist. So hopefully you enjoy my take.
Thank you very much, Joy. So when you're ready, you can start.
Can I just check you can hear the notes?
Yes, of course.
Can everyone hear that okay?
Very good, actually. Yeah, very good. Very good quality. We don't have the normal interference that we have with some other takes. So it's good, actually. Yeah.
Okay, sure. All right. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Okay.
Wow. So, tell us a bit about this performance. Is it your arrangement, or you took it from someone else?
Yeah, it's sort of a mix. So like we took some of the chords, like the second time round it was mostly played as it's written, and the first time round we took like the chords and then we put them into their inversions to kind of go like down the circle of fifths. And then like the rest of it, like sort of the dynamics, it's like my interpretation. So like try to keep the essence of the song, but put my personality into it as well.
Wow, I have to say thank you, because
Thank you.
this is a beautiful welcome I have to give you to the studio. Very artistic, very creative, and also extremely expressive. And you did something at the very end, that you stayed until the sound died completely in your last note, and that not everyone does that. So that means that for me as a teacher, that you are really connecting with the whole musical happening. Yeah, so you are taking care of it until the end. Yeah, which is very special. Yeah, so yeah, very good performance. I haven't heard it before, Joy, but yeah, I'm very well impressed. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. It really means a lot to me.
Good. So let's see Tristan Chen.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello, Tristan. How are you? Very nice to meet you. And
Nice to meet you.
a pleasure. And welcome to the first festival that you do at WKMT.
Indeed. Very excited. Also a bit nervous.
A bit nervous. Well, no worries. The music will calm you down, that's for sure. So I'm seeing here that you're going to play the first Sonatina, Opus 36, by Muzio Clementi. So for all the people listening, Muzio Clementi is a eminently classical composer, inspired in the work of Beethoven, particularly. And this Sonatina is a very, very famous piece, because almost all pianists, when studying seriously piano, play this piece, which is very educational and beautiful. So, well, Tristan, we are ready when you are ready.
Okay. So I'm just going to adjust to...
No worries, take your time.
Okay. Can you hear the notes okay? Okay.
Very good. Very well done. Very well done. And you played the entire piece, and you played the entire piece by heart. So, yeah, good first intervention. Very good first intervention. I will take the chance to tell you a couple of things to all of you, yeah, after the performance, and then I will give my feedback obviously to your teacher, so you can continue to work in the same line. So, I will go about the first movement, then the second, the third. So, in the first movement, I was very happy to see that you started learning the Scaramuzza movements, and you've used them quite clearly. Yeah? So that was actually very satisfying for me to see, because it means that you will be able to perfect the piece thinking about now the specific movements that are applied to each section, rather than just experimenting constantly with different ways of playing the same things. So, one advice, the scales in crescendo, let me see if I remember by heart the yeah. It's important when you pick up the scale, I'm sure it is covered that, but I will just make an emphasis on the same thing, yeah? It will organize your performance more. It will tire you less to play it if you think the beginning of the scale piano. So, ta 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 tan 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 tan, bam bam, yeah. Just that, yeah, for the first movement. Then the second movement, it was very good. Yeah, it was very good. You could have increased the ratio between piano and forte, yeah, to make it more to enhance the texture. You already apply texture, so you have a notion of how you want it, yeah, and it's fine. I would just, let's say, in quotes, exaggerate it a bit more, yeah, so it's more, you take more advantage of the work that you already did, yeah, so everyone can see it. And then in the third movement, I was very happy to see that the accents were beautifully placed, yeah, so the entire melodic line was pinned correctly, yeah. If you remember the third movement. Piribim pim pam, piribam pam pam, piribim pim pam. Yeah, and it parabam pam pim. Yeah, and the first one, the attack was correct, and then from there you somehow design, the rest of the dynamics, like spilling, from these pinpoints. So it was good. You are in very good route. Yeah, this is a piece that you need to continue working on. So you become more confident, you enjoy it more when you play, yeah, you're not so, worried about maybe commit a mistake or something like that. But it's normal, yeah, every piece has a maturation period, yeah, that will be such a maturation period. It doesn't mean that you didn't know the piece, it means that it needs to stay with you for a while, yeah. But in general, very good performance. I will then have a conversation with all of you, with all of your teachers, yeah, so we continue working on in the same line. Well done. I'm very happy to give you the welcomes formally, to welcome you in the studio with such a good performance. Well done, Tristan. All right, so I welcome now. Let me see if Sonia is ready. Yeah, Sonia, do you think you want to play? You want to play now? You're ready?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Good. That's fine. It's better. It's much better. So, well, tell us, what are you going to play today?
2 short pieces. Just in case I completely mess up one. So, one is Kabalevsky, a waltz. Okay. And the other one is Schumann Children Piece, and it's in the album for the young, and it's Opus 68. It's number 26. It's the only one that doesn't have a title, I think. So.
All right. Well, I would like to add that Schumann, the album for the youth, is a magnificent work by Schumann. That we all call it they are children pieces actually, but they are absolutely stunning. And we have pianists like Rubinstein, or from the ones that are alive, Marta Argerich. That's just 1 second, Sonia. Yeah, it's just they are telling me about a different, another student that is late. So, there are even pianists like Marta Argerich who still play the Kinderszenen, for example, that is a work similar by Schumann, as an encore. Always after even the Prokofiev Concerto No. 3. So because to do a nice version of these ones require a big investment of emotions, of time, and connection with the piece. So well, let's see. We have some Kabalevsky, so some 20th century and some 19th century music. When you are ready, you can start, Sonia.
Okay.
Very well done, Sonia. Very well done. And beautiful pieces as well. The Kabalevsky waltz is particularly, nice and unusual. And you did it very well. And you have selected the pieces together with Georgios, right?
With Iris.
With Iris. Sorry, with Iris. Yes, with Iris.
Yes.
So, all right. Yeah, you do theory with Georgios. I got confused. So.
Yes.
All right, it's a very nice and quirky repertoire with Kabalevsky and Schumann. Very, very beautiful, actually. I would like to say something about Schumann as well. Is that the piece it looks very, very humble, but actually it has a lot of work, polyphonic work. It's always the case with Schumann. It's a pity because everything, when it's played well, it sounds easy. But actually, there is a lot of work involved in actually making it sound easy. So it's a nice piece. My recommendation for you, Sonia, will be to continue working on Schumann, particularly on Schumann. Try to, I will then discuss it with Iris, but try to also continue exploring the differentiation, of the main voice and the accompaniment, because Schumann does something sometimes which is a bit contradictory, but one needs to compensate it, which is like in your piece, the melodic line has one note, right? But the accompaniment has multiple notes, and they are on the bass. So obviously the piano, if you go towards the bass, it sounds more in comparison to the treble, because the strings are longer and thicker. And if you have more notes at the same time, it sounds even more, right? But the contradiction is that we actually need the piece to sound the opposite. We need to make the treble sound more. So it's a nice lab for you to work on that piece, because it really challenges you to develop control over dynamics and articulations, which is the way you're going. So well done. Very good. Thank you very much, Sonia. Thank you for your performance. Okay, now we're going to welcome Hansen Shiastri.
Hiya.
Hello, Shiastri. How are you?
I'm alright, thank you. How are you?
Very good, very good. Welcome to the 11th Festival of WKMT. And sorry I haven't seen you before. I was trying to find you, but I couldn't see you in the...
My Zoom is not playing along today. I'm having trouble with my Zoom today, sorry.
Well, but the connection is good, The connection is good and stable.
Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah, I'm trying hotspot as well, so it's okay now.
Good, very good. I am seeing here that you're going to play the miniature in D minor, number 2, from 10 miniatures by Goedicke, it's the opus 8. And you've been studying these pieces with Gisela.
Yes, that's right.
All right, very good. Okay, so when you're ready, you can start.
Thank you.
Particular. Yeah, very, very, very interesting. You played very well, very accurate. The arm movement in the accompaniment, that is a sort of ostinato chords, was precise. The piece is on a good standard. My suggestion for this piece is to, I don't know if you're reading it or not, because I can't see the stand, but you're reading it, yeah.
Well, sometimes when I sort of lose my place, I sort of check again.
Well, taking into account that you have started studying piano fairly recently, not just a couple of years, it's quite remarkable the progress that you've made. So I would, if I were you, I would study this one by heart, this piece, because it's one of the first ones of the repertoire that you have studied that is of particular musical value in terms of the way it's written and who wrote it. And it's a beautiful piece for you to have to be able to play it anywhere you go. If you see a piano, you're not going to go with the books in every occasion. So if someone asks you, Astrid, would you like to play a piece? This is, I think, the kind of piece that you could play. It's a very special piece, short enough, long enough, and somehow resonates with your personality as well. And so, yeah, that's my advice for you. While you're studying it by heart, you will find more things to make better. I think that mainly in the dimension of dynamics, you can even explore it more to keep the balance. In your keyboard, it's difficult because you have a digital keyboard with non-weighted keys, I think, so it will be. But it's good that it's difficult, because it means that if you can get the sound out of that, of your piano, you can get the sound out of a different piano as well, And I will close with this. My feedback to you is Scaramuccia, our maestro, the originator of our technique, used to teach in a beautiful studio back there in Buenos Aires in the beginning of the 20th century. And there is a very nice anecdote by Eda Maria Sangrigoli, which is a teacher of the Juilliard Conservatoire in the United States. I studied with him almost all her career. And she said, well, I entered in this beautiful studio with this hall and a desk, that she was a child, so she saw everything even bigger than what it was. But it was the most surprising thing for me. It wasn't that. The most surprising thing for me, that was when I entered the room where I had to study, I was expecting a piano with two different tails coming out of it and, 4 meters long and something like that. And actually, it wasn't the case. He was always teaching in a very decent and very low profile upright piano, and the whole work was about working on the head of the students, not on the instrument, because at the end of the day you are never going to play with your piano in a concert. So it's very important that you can have an image of what you want in your head. That's why at WKMT, neither myself or my teachers are particularly eccentric about the instruments. The instrument needs to be decent and needs to allow you to work. And you can get a beautiful sound from any piano. That's what is actually valuable. So well, I'm looking forward to see more progress, Yasti. Very, very well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. So, Carolina, we are going to welcome Carolina Ivanuskaite.
Yes. Hello. How are you?
Hello, Carolina. Let me find you. Here you are.
Yes. Yes. So today I will play 2 short pieces, like to compare to others. They will be quite short. So one will be Rachmaninoff, and another one will be Beyer. I really love those 2 pieces in particular, especially Rachmaninoff is really kind of my soul music, I would say. So I hope I won't make many mistakes because I'm quite nervous. So let's see.
I'm sure it will be fine. So well, we are all ears, Carolina. When you're ready, you can start.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Piece ever, which is of Rachmaninoff Concerto No. 2. So, yeah, beautiful piece. So, are you enjoying your studies?
I love, yes, and Georgios is an amazing teacher, so we work together and we have a lot of nice fun, so it's a great combination.
Good. And that's the whole idea. With music, it's all about sharing emotions, inspiration, and having a good time. So, well done, Carolina. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And now we welcome Laura Bevan, who is going to play, one of our teachers, who is going to play. Hello, Laura, how are you?
Hi, thank you.
A pleasure to have you here on board the festival. And you're going to play a piece by one of our composition students, to be precise, Jen Cons. And this piece is a Kinderszenen, so a child's scene, or a scene for children, that she worked, she wrote during her studies with Gisela Paterno, during her composition studies. So, well, Laura, when you're ready, we are all ears. Wow, thank you very much, Laura. Thank you very much indeed. And now we will welcome the composer as it's done after the performance. So, welcome, Jen.
Hi. Thank you. It sounds much better than a new score.
I can imagine. It's always nice to hear our pieces played by a real performer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jen, would you like to say something? Would you like to say something about your piece, about how it's written and the choices that you've made, etc.?
I think basically I did a lot of analysis with Gisela on the album of the Young from Schumann and some pieces on Mendelssohn. And I think it was after there was a D major piece for Mendelssohn. I kind of want to do something not too complicated for my knowledge, but I wanted to use some of the things I've learned, and so it's like an ABA structure, and I did the first section with more how do I say, like more standard chord progressions, and with a bit of variations. And then the middle section, I use more kind of secondary dominant to have a more far away effect. So this is kind of my little journey.
Good. Well, I have to say that my impression was also very good. I found the piece very nicely cut in the sense of how long is each section, and also about how related is each section to the main motif. So you have kept the plot throughout, which makes it very coherent, very compact in the sense of the material exposed, which is something difficult for a new composer. Normally, the first reaction of a composer is try to feed the piece with all different ideas, no? And it becomes the piece becomes very unbalanced, irregular, So and then one can tell that was made by someone who has little experience, in composition. But in the case of your piece, you automatically showed from the first act of writing something formally a good sense of balance, a good sense of coherence that is natural. The piece sounds pleasant, but not only superficially, but also internally pleasant. So it's well built. It's like
Thank you.
it's nice. It's nice. Simplicity, the well understood simplicity, it's the most difficult thing to achieve when one creates. It's much easier to overcrowd something, and make it. But you did it with very good taste. That's what the word I wanted to find, and I couldn't. It's very tasteful, the piece. Very, very, very well done. And in a paradigm which is a tonal paradigm, which is always hard to write in tonal paradigm because everything resembles everything else, because it has been written so much music in tonal paradigm. But you managed to do it personal, to make it sound specific to you. So thank you for the musical gift. We are all honored to be the first ones in listening this piece for the first time with you, actually played by a performer.
Amazing experience. Thank you. I think Gisela is an amazing teacher. I mean, I've learned so much from the classes and your classes online as well. So really thankful for the resource we have.
It's our pleasure. Our pleasure. Okay, so thank you, Jen. And now we will welcome Nicolas Voirin.
Hi, can you hear me?
Let me find you, Nicolas. Here you are. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Right. Yes, I can hear you. Hello, Nicolas. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Welcome to this 11th festival. So, what have you brought with you today?
So I'm going to play two pieces today. One is the Prelude by Bach, and the other one is quite different. It's Ivan Sings by Khachaturian.
All right, good. So we have one German and one Armenian composer.
Right.
Khachaturian has it's very special in general piano repertoire because he has pieces that are the paradigmatic pieces of Khachaturian are extremely difficult. One is the toccata, difficult for the student information, not the student that is being educated in piano. And the other one is a very famous concerto, the piano concerto by Khachaturian, which is very rarely played also because it's very hard. And so I'm very happy to be able to listen to San Khachaturian today. It doesn't happen very often. So Nicolas, whenever you're ready you can start.
All right, thanks. Oh, sorry, I think the sound's a bit too low. Okay. Okay. And now Bevan sings.
Thank you very much, Nicholas, for this musical moment. Very introspective piece, and you played it very well.
Yes.
Yeah, a bit, but it's normal. That's normal. One thing I would recommend you with this one in particular, the same. I think I said it the same I told Shiastri. Try to learn it by heart if you can. This one. Why? Because it's a piece that communicates a lot. That you need to really interact with it from a different place, not being attentive to the score, right? But being attentive to what you want to say, yeah? And unfortunately, the score will be always like a wall in between, yeah? What you want to say and the processing, no? So, when you play by heart, instead of looking at the score, you look inside yourself. So, you will see that at the beginning, the first reflection, you say, reaction you will have is to look at your fingers. But then once the piece becomes more settled in your mind, you will tend to look to an empty spot. Yeah, and is that what really makes it very different for you? Yeah.
Yeah. George just actually explained to kind of take liberties with this one, and that even Khachaturian himself, when he plays it, he kind of takes liberties. He doesn't really follow. Like the dynamics change, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. It's a piece that communicates. So you need to get to lose the attachment to the score.
Yeah.
All right, Nicolas. Thank you very, very much. It was a very nice performance. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
And now I will welcome Prasanti Matharu. Hello, Prasanti. How are you?
I'm alright. How are you?
Very good indeed. So we are going to enjoy a beautiful intermezzo by Brahms. I would like to say that this piece is a piece that we have done a journey with. We have played it in different occasions. You have been advised to play it by different teachers as well, so you have had different perspectives. So it's a piece that I think is becoming yours more than any other piece. So, and it's also a very important piece because it's one of the most famous intermezzo by Brahms. So well, when you're ready, we are here to listen.
Sorry.
No worries. This can happen, but the overall intention of the beginning, so all the first part, it was beautifully played, and you did it well. And then you had some inconveniences that can happen. We have to mention that we are working on different pieces, not this one at the moment, and this is something that we just try to play last minute. But it's important for all of you, that's something I told Prasanti yesterday, that whenever you are learning new pieces, because we are always learning new pieces, that's why we are taking piano lessons. Obviously, you can't play the new pieces because the new pieces are like a work in progress. So you should never abandon at least one of your already achieved pieces, because there is nothing there is nothing that can be less satisfying for you as pianist than not being able to play something. So if you are studying for a long time, so it's obviously the new pieces are work in progress, but you should be able to play at least what you already played before. So all of you remember, in your practicing time, always keep alive some of your pieces so you can easily play them. Plus, the learning process of working on a piece that you already can play, let's say, never finishes, because you always discover new corners, particularly a piece like this one, that has so many corners. You always discover new corners, new places in which you do new things, and also builds up your confidence, because if you continue to work on them, they mature, and you can really make a transcendental performance. Okay? So for you, Prasanti, I would say, don't leave behind your intermezzo. Don't leave it behind. Then when we have something new to replace it, it's okay. But for the time being, I would stick to the intermezzo as well. Maybe 5 minutes before starting, take a section, and you always work on something. Every day or every other day. Okay? Thank you, Prasanti. Thank you very much. Beautifully played. All the first section, the gesture, the expression, everything was in place. I think we all had a good time overall. So, all right. So now we welcome Rinaldo Merlo.
Hi.
Hello, Rinaldo. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
All right. So, we are going to listen today to
the Fantasia from Bach's Chromatic, Fantasia and Fugue.
All right. Good.
Piece I'm learning at the moment.
Exactly. A work in progress. And it's a very, the chromatic fugue, the Prelude and Fugue, the chromatic Fantasia we said, no, yes, is a very paradigmatic piece. Actually, it's an acrobacy of counterpoint, because there is nothing more difficult for a composer than to create a functional counterpoint over a chromatic scale, because it creates a lot of false relationships and many difficult situations to sort out, and which obviously Bach sorted out very.
It's just a very hard piece. That's all.
It's a very, very hard piece as well. So it offers challenges for everyone, for Bach, for you, Rinaldo, to play it, and it's a hard piece. So let's get into it and relax, think about it, and when you're ready, you can start. Made it. Well done. Good. Very good. And you played it by heart as well, Rinaldo.
Yeah, you don't really have any choice. You've got no time to look at the music.
No.
Pages or anything.
No. The semi-demi-quavers that you have there are just millions. Yeah. So well, very nice performance. Well balanced. You didn't show any anxiety or any, so it was always very well collected. So yeah, thank you very much. Good, Rinaldo. Well done. Good. All right. So well, I just to put everyone else in context, Rinaldo is studying a diploma, the second diploma actually, and now we call Katia Kirby.
1 minute, I'm just setting up.
No worries. Hello, Katia. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very good indeed. So well, I will just to introduce yourself to the new members of the studio. Katia, similarly to Rinaldo, has recently taken the diploma, the first diploma of the ABRSM, and is now working on the second diploma. And both Rinaldo and Katia study with me, and the same as Prasanti as well. So well, what are you going to play, Katia?
I'm playing Rachmaninoff and Fantasia number 5 as a prelude, one of the 13. So yeah, which I think was a play.
Excellent. Okay, so we are all ready.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Katia. Very nice performance. Very fluid, very confident, and all the different fluctuations in tempo were professionally placed, and they worked. So well done. And you played it by heart.
Yeah.
It's important for this piece in particular. Similarly to the Khachaturian piece or these pieces which also need a bit involvement, of us, that are not just played as it's like the text is not enough, so what is on the score? There are certain pieces that it is the opposite. If you just take a Prokofiev sonata, just with playing everything that is there, it's fine. I mean, there is very little room for improving it, but or doing any bad to it if it's precisely played. But this piece is on the other side, and it did very well. So very nice rounded up. All right, thank you, Katia. And also, before I forget, that's a very good example in which, in spite of the fact that we are working on new pieces, completely new pieces, you always manage to get this one alive, to keep this one alive, so you can deploy it in a studio. Exactly. Okay, thank you very much, Katia. And now we welcome your mother, Anya. How are you, Anya?
Hello, yes, I'm very well, thank you.
A pleasure to have you, and we are all ears because I know that we will have a nice time now as well, learning a bit about the pieces that you will play.
Yeah, I hope you will. So I'm going to play two pieces by Johann Sebastian Bach and his son, Johann Christoph Friedrich Bach. Two pieces completely different and brilliant illustrations of the time, which is middle of the 18th century, when enormous changes gradually happen in the society. Two completely new gadgets enter people's houses. First one, pendulum clock. Second, piano. So you don't have to go and check your time by the church tower clock anymore. You can possess your time teller in your own house. It's very interesting because when you go to the church, you check not just the time, you check your thoughts, your deeds. Whereas now, perhaps you're more the master of your own ideas and actions. With the music, very similar things is happening. You don't have to go to church anymore to enjoy music. You can play it yourself, and you can choose what music to perform and to listen. There are costs to any freedom. The status of musician from a very admirable choir master or religious hymn composer drops to an entertainer, almost, or a tutor in rich families, almost like a nanny. But when one door closes, another door opens. If you can choose to care of the status, or to gather your own ability, and if you are good, you can make rather good business with your musical skills and teaching skills. So more people require pianos, more people require teachers. And music from purely religious and admirable sense begin to bring a sense of fun, relaxation, and entertainment. Was it difficult for the father to see that and accept it? Oh yes, it was. But as most generations, when they come to the second half of their life, face this choice, he would not have a choice. That's how the time moved. So my first piece is E flat minor Prelude by J.C.F. Bach. Very choral-like, very solemn, very much of a prayer. And the second, fun, theatrical, humorous, with constant repeating of the same melody. Okay, I shall start. So now Allegretto by Johann Christoph Friedrich Bach. He was a composer, he was a teacher, of course, and it helps if your pupils, often more rich than talented, like the music. It helps if the same tune is repeated many times. So kind of 3 or 4 times for the price of 2, which also helps teaching. So yes, maybe your status is reduced, but perhaps you get something more important than status. You have your freedom, which is begin to be praised more and more and more. And perhaps these ideas of freedom led to quite big events in the end of the 18th century, as well as French Revolution. But it started nicely, humorously, in a rather theatrical way.
And both pieces show 2 very strong emotions. One, big introspection and a sense of deep thoughts, heaviness, no, and grave sort of, how say in English, more serious sort of feelings. And this one, which is absolutely joyful and full of light. So very nice, very nice twilight of of pieces, and beautiful explanation as well. I felt almost I was there, expecting the French Revolution.
Yes. That will come later. That will be Beethoven.
Yes, exactly. So well. Thank you very, very, very much, Anya. Beautiful selection. Beautiful selection.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And now I will address everyone and say thank you very, very much for a lovely time. These festivals are becoming they already became a tradition, but even this virtual version of our festivals has also taken a beautiful shape. Yeah, I think we are all feeling the same sort of warm and nice community envelopeness, no, that we get if we were together, no, there in St. Cuthbert's. So it also gives me a lot of insights about how you study, no, what's your setup and how you create an atmosphere around your instruments and everything. So it's also very good for me as a teacher to this very unfortunate situation with the coronavirus, of course, but it brought us everything. It brings beauty, no? The most horrible things sometimes brings on the other counterpart something, a beautiful reaction from society, and this is the case. So well, we are certainly heading into summer at the moment, so I'm sure you are all thinking about going to different places. Hopefully you will be able to go to different places, and the government will release restrictions and everything will be fine. And I am looking forward as well to also be a part of your plans for summer, with our studio here in Spain, from where I'm broadcasting the festival, and create as well a new experience for WKMT also in Spain, as we do in London every time we gather. So well, I'm looking forward to seeing you practicing a lot for the next, fingers crossed, face-to-face festival, hopefully in October or November. My idea is to make this next festival something new, which is a concert festival. Yeah, so as we have been so long without gathering in person, and this time was cancelled, so I will try to make a big event like we used to have in the past, starting in the morning and in the evening, and maybe with the participation of the teachers as well, and with so we all have the chance of sharing, even the teachers as well. So well, I hope you enjoyed. And as you know, I am always behind the stage, yeah, because you see your teacher, you go to your studios, yeah, particularly students that don't study directly with me, but I still know everything that you're doing through the programs, through the reports, yeah, but particularly the programs that I send back and forth tens of times. You don't know that, but I send your programs back and forth. Your teacher proposed a program, I don't like it, I send it back, I send it again, but until you receive finally, yeah, that email in which I write to you some ideas about the program. And so believe me that even when I don't see you in every lesson, I have you present in my mind, and your studies are my main concern. Yeah. So this festival is the perfect chance for me to see firsthand as well everything that is how everything is resulting. Yeah. So well, enjoy the summer, enjoy the rest of your weekends, and let's get ready for our next concert. Have a very nice time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.